Good evening with the Lime Sports World. I'm Damien Best. Well, the Coca-Cola FIFA World Cup Tour came to Barbados today, and the arrival had a special local flavor as the trophy was accompanied by 17-year-old law school student Khadija Mars. CBC's Shane Jones was there.
The FIFA Football World Cup, one of the biggest sporting events in the history of mankind. And today, its coveted trophy reached the shores of Barbados. From early this morning, members of the media and especially invited guests peered through the glass windows in the British Airways lounge at the Jet Centre, awaiting its arrival. At around 10:55 a.m., the official plane of the trophy tour touched down in grand style. It was almost time. Security was extremely high at this event, and the trophy was virtually smuggled into the lounge in a large black bag and then hidden from our eyes. But about 20 minutes after that, the authentic FIFA World Cup trophy that has been the centerpiece of the global event since 1974 was unveiled, standing at 36.5 centimeters tall and 13 pounds of 18-karat gold. Sports Minister Stephen Lashley believes that Barbados being chosen as a destination for the tour should be an inspiration to all local players.
If you consider the kind of excitement that football generates, the fact that we are able to have right here in Barbados the real authentic FIFA World Cup, and that we have been specially chosen from among so many countries in the world, certainly is a tribute to football generally in Barbados, but certainly to the youngster who is playing football or who aspires to see football as a career. I believe that it certainly is going to be an inspiration.
The sports minister went on to describe the beautiful game as a unifying agent.
It has not social boundaries, as it is played by the rich and it is played by the poor. Football, the game, certainly plays its part in holding up our world. This role of uniting countries, uniting people, should never be forgotten or taken lightly.
Chief Commercial Officer of the Barbados Bottling Company, Ray Chiatau, was also pleased Barbados was chosen.
We believe that this event will bear fruit for our young footballers and other athletes who are striving to make it on the world arena. And it just shows that Barbados, unlike any other, can actually stand up to most of the other sporting nations in the world.
88 countries on a 267-day journey. So of course, I had to get my photo. Shane Jones, CBC Sports.
Well, meanwhile, 60 lucky footballers from schools across the island got a golden opportunity this afternoon to take photographs with the official FIFA World Cup trophy at the Barbados Hilton Hotel. The enthusiastic players were welcomed by Global Executive of the Coca-Cola Company, Ana Maria Gazda, and Senior Marketing Manager at FIFA, Jan Shutters. Mr. Shutters says with some teams currently jostling for a World Cup finals berth, the tour has been even more special.
Everybody is waiting who is going to qualify next, but for us it's exciting because we're actually traveling to a lot of these countries who just qualified or are still in the race to qualify. So, I mean, we started Costa Rica, Panama, Honduras, where, I mean, there was so much fever around the FIFA World Cup, and that's amazing for us as well. And then obviously that a lot of people can then see the trophy, which hopefully their team will maybe win the next year, makes it even more special. So by going to 89 countries around the world, we are promoting the FIFA World Cup and getting the world ready for the FIFA World Cup next year in Brazil.
Well, the next stop on the tour is Haiti, and Ms. Gadzda says Coca-Cola is proud to be the main sponsor of the World Cup.
We're very passionate about football, and we know that millions of fans out there who loves the sport, and we want to speak to them and we want to touch them and make sure that along with FIFA we are working together to reach as many communities and many people as possible, and we are extremely lucky to be a part of this. We think that it's a great initiative, and we think that football is really a great movement to bring people together during the World Cup and before that as well.
Well, Century Insurance Brokers, Deacons Women and Chargers Men remain on track to do the double and claim the Goddard Enterprises Volleyball League titles. They preserved their unbeaten records after last night's action at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. Marsha Boyce reports.
Toners in red were always going to have their hands full against leaders Deacons. But they did have their moments. The ace from Ashley Marshall. Deacons, though, would take the first set 25-18. It would be relatively easy for them after that, taking the second set 25-11 and the third at 16. They're still undefeated. The defending champions, Warren's Jaguars, have some catching up to do, but they also had an easy victory over Carlton. They would wrap it up in straight sets 25-8, 25-16, 25-12. Men now and the juniors would hold their own early on against Chargers. Darian Seal serving up an ace. The first set was close, tied at 17 at one stage, but the more experienced Chargers would go on to close it out 25-22. Juniors showing some fight in the second set, the outside set for Andrew Stapleton, who goes cross-court. But Chargers were always in control. They took the second 25-16 and the third at 15, winning in straight sets. They remain unbeaten in the league. It's becoming a norm for Cormier to turn up with just 6 players, this time against Foundation United. So you knew Sean Simpson would carry the fight, but he was stopped at the net on this occasion by Ramon Blades. Cormier's Raphael Lovell would be in the mix as well. They took the first set 25-22. They would go on to take the next 2 at 15 for an easy straight sets win. Marsha Boyce, CBC Sports.
Well, 5 teams have replaced 5 others to keep the number at 54 teams for this year's Guardian General Herman Griffith Primary Schools Cricket Championship. Set to bowl off tomorrow, this year will be the 33rd edition.
Those not returning for one reason or another are St. Philip Primary, Blackman Gollop, Wills, St. Joseph and People's Cathedral, and they have been replaced by St. Catherine, Half Moon Fort, St. Paul's, Holy Innocent, and Sharon. There will be 27 matches per day being played every Wednesday and Friday around the island, and a total of 175 matches in all. A team who wants to get to the final is guaranteed to play between 10 or 11 matches depending on how many teams are in this zone.
Guardian General Insurance has been the main sponsor for the past 15 years, and Executive Manager Nigel Adams says they're pleased to see the tournament as a well-anticipated fixture on the primary school's calendar.
Some of you may ask, why sponsor a cricket competition for so many years, as it has nothing to do with the business of general insurance. However, that is not what this sponsorship has ever been about. This is not simply about business. For us, as a corporate sponsor, cricket has always been seen as a powerful social interface with the communities we serve in Barbados, if only because of the role the game occupies in the psyche and the history of our people. In the specific context of youth cricket, it also affords us the opportunity to expose our young people to the values of teamwork, fair play, cooperation, and how to deal with both success and defeat.
Well, the feature game of the first round tomorrow will see 9-time and defending champions Wesley Hall take on George Lamming at Friendship. All matches begin at 10 a.m. West Indies under-19s lost their 7-match one-day international series against Bangladesh under-19s when they were defeated in the 7th and final game in Ghana yesterday. In reply to the visitors' innings of 168 of 44 overs, in which Jerome Jones took 5 for 23, including a hat-trick, West Indies under-19s went down by 67 runs, being dismissed for 101 in 33.5 overs. Nihad Zaman was as impressive as Jones, taking 5 for 12. Bangladesh's Hassam Miraj was named man of the match and man of the series. The Bangladesh senior team only added 52 runs to their overnight total on day 2 of the second test against New Zealand in Dhaka, but struck back by the end of play. New Zealand were given the chance to take charge of the test thanks to an impressive bowling performance from left-armer Neil Wagner, who took 5 for 64. Mid-afternoon rain, however, put paid to the entire final session at the Sri Bangla Stadium. When the third day starts, New Zealand will resume on 107 for 3, still 175 runs behind. Scores in the match, Bangladesh 282 and New Zealand 107 for 3.